Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to the Gooner Factories. Arsenal vs Man City for the title. How big is this game? Now look, I would have preferred if we played this game sort of 1 or 2 months ago when we was flying, but we still have a massive opportunity here. One that we wouldn't have thought was possible before the season started. If we knew going into the season that we could be in with a massive chance of winning the league, but all you got to do is go and win one away game and that should push you over the edge, it would have been a no-brainer. But the thing is, we're playing on form probably the best team in Europe at the minute. And if it was 4 or so weeks ago, then we would have been the form team. But Man City really have come into their own in the last few weeks, and they are looking unstoppable. But that is just a task that Arsenal players are going to have to deal with, and it's such a shame that William Saliba won't feature in this game. And you would think if we was to have any chance in beating them, big Saliba would need to be on the pitch. But look, I'm going to be optimistic for a second because we can beat them, and they have, let's be honest, a way better squad than us. But only 11 players can start at one time, and the way our players have been performing sort of most of the season, we can beat anyone. So people ask me, do you think we can actually beat them? And the answer is yes, of course we can. But it is going to be difficult. There are some great matchups in terms of personnel that I'm really looking forward to, like Saka against Ake, for example, because when we played them last time, you saw people online digging out Saka saying, oh, he didn't have a kick all game, he got man-marked out of the game. But I'm feeling a little bit different this time. Saka is the kind of player who doesn't really show nerves. He always wants to attack. His mentality is incredible for his age, so he won't be scared having to face the same opponent again. In fact, I think he will probably relish the opportunity, and in my opinion, he's going to get the better of him this time. Midfield battle as well. This is intriguing because Arsenal, like Man City, like having that extra player that floats into the central areas just to sort of beef up the attacks. We know Zinchenko does it for Arsenal, but Man City, it's John Stones who sort of pushes forward. And for me, he is having his best season for Man City ever since he's been asked to perform that role. He's so natural with the ball at his feet. He's strong, he's fairly quick, and his passing for a centre-back is really good. So I'm just hoping we can get a grip of their midfield, who would probably feature Rodri, Gundogan, and Kevin De Bruyne. That is a scary good midfield. But on our day, to be honest, xhaka, partey and Odegaard can be just as good, and in many people's opinions, better. So that is definitely one to watch out for. Also, we can't talk about matchups without mentioning the prolific Erling Haaland. This guy is an android. The way he reads the game and makes sure he's in the perfect positions every time is something to be admired. He is a phenomenon. I've never in my life experienced goals being scored at this rate. He's so clinical, but it's not even just his finishing, it's his movement, it's his strength, it's his speed, and above all, it's his mentality. The best we can hope for here is for him to have an off day, which does rarely happen. So we just have to try and contain him as best as we can. It's going to be a rough afternoon for Rob Holding, and City probably will score. We just have to make sure that we're doing the business at the other end. And this is where we need to think a bit here, because in my opinion, Trossard, it's hard for him not to start. And for me, he may replace Jesus, which is going to be such a tough call for Arteta, because an informed Jesus would probably be our best player. But the last game, something was missing. He had sort of a few chances that he could have converted. And I just noticed him getting a bit frustrated at times, not really seeming himself. But for a game like this against his old team, he will be bang up for it. And he does have that fighter mentality where he will just run till he drops. So Arteta, he may not drop him, but it is hard because one of them front three have to be left out. So the team I would go for is Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Gabriel, Holding, Ben White, Partey, xhaka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, and then it's just Trossard or Jesus. I'm still going to say Jesus. And I know I just said Trossard has to start, but it's like, where do you put him? Like, going through the team is hard. The only other player I would think about switching him for is maybe Saka. But again, on his day, he's also unplayable. So I think maybe he does have to start on the bench, which is disappointing. But if you sort of bring him on at 50 minutes, if one of the other forward three are not having the best game or not playing as well as they should be, then you have to bring Trossard on. And you have to give him enough time so he does have that chance to make an impact in the game. I'm just glad Arteta's making that decision and not me, because it is a tough one and it is something to look out for when we see the team sheet on Wednesday. So will the winner of this game go on to win the league? In my opinion, yes. But that's been the case for the last couple of games, that we would have to go to the Etihad and get the win. But before our two most recent draws were West Ham and Southampton, we probably could have gone to the Etihad and got a draw, and that would have been enough for us. But now we do have that clarity that we have to go to this game, and the players will know that, because if not, then you're just hoping City slip up on the run-in. But if we look at their games here, there's not many chances for that. They've got, after us, Fulham away, which is a win, West Ham at home, win, Leeds at home, win, Everton away, win, Chelsea at home win, but to be fair with that one, they do have Real Madrid midweek, so hopefully they're sort of knackered from that game and Chelsea can somehow get a result against them. Then after that, they got Brighton away, which is probably our best chance of them slipping up. Then they go to Brentford away, and I expect them to win that, so we have to win this game if it is still to remain in our hands. If we draw the game, then we have to hope they slip up, and if they win, then it's done. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the game? What do you think of the title race? And as always, thanks for watching. If you could, please like and subscribe. And until the next one, Gooners, have a good day.